There is nothing more frustrating than feeling like you are just stuck. Like no matter how much you try or however much you meditate or however many techniques that you use, that nothing changes or that you're still experiencing the same things over and over and over again. It's almost like there's this invisible barricade just standing in your way. And this is the point where most people just give up and will just say manifesting doesn't work, but not you. Because in this video, I am going to show you exactly what to do to break through this barricade once and for all, to get you unstuck in your manifesting and to erase any limits that are keeping you where you're at, allowing you to step into the freedom and power that you have to manifest every single thing that you want. This is what I've used personally. And this is exactly what I share with my clients anytime they are starting to feel stuck. And the best part is that it works very quickly to get you some serious breakthroughs. This is very powerful work, and I really can't wait to share this with you. Hello and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, I'm Mary Kate, and I'm a mindset coach and manifesting expert focused on getting you transformational results. My whole channel is all about manifesting, the law of attraction with meditations and more, where I share the tools that you need to get the results that you want. I post brand new videos every Wednesday, so be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification so you can get notified whenever I post a new video. And really quickly, go ahead and hit that little thumbs up button below if you are ready to break through some limits. So here's the thing about when you're getting stuck or when you feel like things just aren't working. It's not happening randomly, and you need to take ownership of it. Life is not happening to you. If you are repeating the same patterns subconsciously, you are going to keep getting the same results. There's really no way around that. And it's really hard to look at a situation where you aren't making progress and actually take ownership of it. But it's really important because it's the first step in being able to break through this block and this limit that you've created so that you can move forward towards what you actually want. You have to first notice what I refer to as conflicting energy. And conflicting energy can best be described like when you say one thing but do another. When you really want something, but your programming doesn't support it yet. And you are going to have to call yourself out on this because you will really start to notice it now that I mentioned this. And once you notice conflicting energy, you can't unsee it. So when you are feeling stuck in a certain situation or when you feel like something isn't manifesting or isn't working, the first thing you need to do is notice your conflicting energy. And I'm sure there's a few of you sitting there thinking, well, how do I do that? So let me tell you. Honestly, you will know straight away if you have conflicting energy because you will feel it. It can come in the form of feeling off balance or feeling frustrated or overwhelmed or feeling like a victim. And if you're struggling to manifest in a certain area, I can pretty much guarantee that you are dealing with conflicting energy. It's one of the biggest reasons that people get stuck when manifesting. So in order to notice and clear this conflicting energy, you have to start asking yourself the right questions. Questions like, what thoughts am I holding that are keeping me here? Do I actually believe that this thing I want is possible for me? And if not, why not? In my members only mastermind Create a few months back, we played around with the affirmation. Why not me? Why not now? Of course I can have this. And it's honestly one of my absolute favorite affirmations because it poses the right question. Why not me? Why not now? Of course I can have this. There really are no limits. You can fight me on this if you want, but limits are just lies that you chose to believe. Really take that in because it's the truth. They are other people's opinions and beliefs that were put onto you, and you created these limits for yourself. You created this almost glass case around you. But the ultimate truth is that why not you to have what you want? Why not now? What are the rules saying you can't have this right now? Nothing is written in stone that says you aren't capable of certain things or that certain things aren't possible for you. You just decided. So what is your conflicting energy? Maybe is there any part of you that's scared of the change required to have this thing that you want? Change can be scary. Is there any part of you that doesn't feel worthy? Or is there any part of you that maybe really doesn't want this thing, but you think you're supposed to want it? Maybe it's something someone else wants for you, so maybe you don't even really want it in the first place. There is really so much to dive into here. And the deeper you dig, the more you will find and the more clarity you can get to move forward. And the good news is that once you start asking these questions, once you find and notice your conflicting energy, you can shift it. And you can shift this really quickly. Here is the way that you shift it once you find it. Change the story, change the conflicting energy. That was something you bought into and believed, but you can choose to change your mind. Change those feelings, those thoughts to actually support what you do want instead. Support the idea that nothing is off limits, nothing is impossible. Why not you? Why not now? Of course you can have this without a doubt in your mind. Believe in yourself. Bet on yourself. Because there are no limits. If other people have accomplished this, if other people have done this, that is just proof that it's possible for you too. Don't get stuck in feelings that don't feel good. Instead, choose higher vibrational feelings like certainty and trust and knowing with every cell of your body that everything always works out for you in the best possible way and that you are always fully supported in getting anything and everything that you want. Find the conflicting energy, ask the right questions, and change the story for yourself. In doing this, you will clear the energy and break through that invisible barrier that's been standing in your way. I've used this personally so many times. For example, if you haven't seen my video about how I manifested our new house, I'm going to leave a link up here and a link down below for that. I go into much more detail. But when we were in the process of getting this house, I got so stuck in so many ways. It's almost like I forgot everything that I know to be true. And I hit roadblock after roadblock after roadblock. But there came a moment where I finally came back to what I know and believe to be true. And that's when everything started to shift for me. Because here's what I know. I know and believe that everything always works out for me. And in turn, it does. These are thoughts that I know to be true for myself, and this is what I believe for my life. So start telling yourself that story too, and watch how everything begins to shift for you. And really quickly on that note about the house, I know so many people have been messaging me about it, and I know so many of you are eager for a tour after all the renovations are finished. I had mentioned we were basically renovating the whole house and making it our own, and we actually had so much done last week. We actually had to go kind of out of town for a few days because there was way too many people in our house doing things and we couldn't be there. But I had an idea, and I actually kind of want to start doing little sneak peeks over on my Instagram stories. So if you aren't following me there yet, you can find me over at MK Magic Mindset. I plan on sharing lots of little house renovation sneak peeks as they happen. There's a lot more work to be done, but every day it's getting better and better. So I'm getting really excited. So right now we're at the beginning of the decoration process of this renovation. Most of the big stuff's been done and now it's the fun part. So I've actually been on this whole plant buying kick. I just got a Majesty Palm to put in our living room, and I am determined not to kill it because it's so beautiful. So I just started taking a new Skillshare class called Indoor Gardening. Grow Houseplants, Veggies, and Herbs by Ekta Chaudhary. And this is a great class, and I'm so happy I started taking this class before I got these new plants because she explains everything so thoroughly from beginning to end. From how to choose the right plants for your home to what kind of pots you need and the soil and the sunlight. Basically, all of the things that I feel overwhelmed about when it comes to gardening or growing plants and keeping them alive. She walks you through it all in so much detail in such an easy to understand way. There's actually even a whole video dedicated to growing your own food, which is something I've been wanting to try for a really long time because we go through an insane amount of greens and berries. So I would love to be more sustainable and kind of grow our own food. And this is actually the second class on growing indoor plants that I've taken on Skillshare. Some of you may remember a few months ago when I mentioned that I was taking the other class that I took in case you want to try it. It's called Plants at Home, Uplift Your Spirit and Your Space by Christopher Griffin. But that's honestly one of my favorite things about Skillshare. This online learning platform allows you to learn and explore brand new skills or build upon your current hobbies. There are thousands of classes to choose from YouTube classes to animation, writing, photography, gardening, and so much more. There are never any ads, and there's always new content being added. And if you speak another language, they have subtitles available in Spanish, French, Portuguese, and Dutch. Skillshare is actually sponsoring today's video, and I'm really excited because they are giving the first 1,000 of my subscribers who click the link in the description box below an entire month free trial. So you can start exploring your creativity today. So be sure to click the link in the description box below to get the free trial before it's gone. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell notification so you get notified whenever I post new videos. And don't forget to head on over to my Instagram if you want to see sneak peeks of the house renovation. You can find me at MK Magic Mindset. And last but not least, be sure to check out my website, mkmagicmindset.com, where you can find more about the Create program I mentioned and all of my other programs and so much more. And I will see you in the next one.